Pfizer, once the vaccines were released, they have a post-marketing reporting period. And in the first 90 days that Pfizer was released, they were collecting data. And there was a request, Freedom of Information request, let us see what did Pfizer know about going out. Since they were released December 10th, Moderna came out December 18th of 2020. And Pfizer said, well, we don't release the data. And then there was more pressure. Aaron Siri was the lead attorney. The lawyer for the FDA said, we don't want to see that dossier released for 55 years. And the FDA, who should be protecting the safety of Americans, when they made that move in that case, that was prima facie evidence that the FDA is intricately involved in a safety cover-up.
Right.
And when the dossier came out, 1,223 people had died shortly after receiving the Pfizer vaccine. The standard in any type of safety program is 5, 10, 15, no more than 50 deaths. Shut it down. Something is wrong. That is an explosive number of deaths. Well over 1,200 different diseases were reported. What's called special adverse events of interest. It's where these lipid nanoparticles went and installed and the spike protein was produced, created an array of problems. And the FDA agrees on now 4 broad categories of damage that these cause. One, they cause heart damage. Myocarditis, they also precipitate heart attacks and cardiovascular deaths. FDA agrees. FDA agrees they cause blood clots. All of them do. In every organ in the body, blood clots, venous and arterial. The FDA agrees they cause neurologic damage, damage in the brain, damage to the peripheral nerves, and they cause immunologic damage that relates to the blood system and bleeding and various immunologic syndromes. We have never seen a medicinal product cause this array of damage to the human body. It's extraordinary what it does because it's loaded on lipid nanoparticles, which before COVID were shown to go everywhere in the body. It was known ahead of time they were going to go to the brain, that they were going to go to the adrenal glands, the reproductive organs, the heart. It was known ahead of time it was going to go there. There's no reason to seed the human brain with a vaccine. There's no need. That's an immunologically privileged area. The vaccines from the beginning, as conceived, were a disaster. And I think I'm the only public figure in the United States, and I published this in the Hill for all the lawmakers to see in the summer before the vaccines finished their trials. And the title of my op-ed was The Great Gamble of the COVID-19 Vaccine.
Wow.
Because this was all seen ahead of time. The concept of using lipid nanoparticles and messenger RNA previously was for therapy, where we would want to install a normal gene or genetic code for a normal protein. That's okay. But when it was flipped around to be a vaccine, this ill-conceived notion took off and became a runaway freight train, and it's damaged the population beyond almost anything we've ever could imagine.
You're getting too romantic, Dr. McCullough.